Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodu. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Niconsat. Nigeria has once again been plunged into nationwide blackout following the collapse of its national grid system. This marks the sixth grid collapse in 2024. During the period, all distribution companies were receiving no power from the grid, leaving their feeders without electricity. However, reports say power has been restored in some parts of the Federal Capital Territory. The new Nigeria People's Party has suspended the Secretary to Kano State Government, Dr. Abdullahi Bafa Bichi, and the Commissioner for Transport, Mohammed Digol. This was announced by the state party chairman, Hamisu Dungurawa, who stated that the suspension came after the party received multiple complaints from the ward and local government leadership of the party. Mpox has spread to 25 states and the Federal Capital Territory across 63 local government areas in the country. This is according to the Mpox Situation Report from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The center said 94 confirmed cases have been reported out of the 1,297 recorded so far from January 1st to October 6th, 2024. Over the years, millions of Nigerian children have been denied access to basic education. Despite attempts to take more children off the streets to the classrooms, hundreds of school-aged children, especially girls, are still roaming the streets. From Kano, Global Television correspondent Idris Jibril takes a look at girl-child education in a state where basic education is supposed to be free.
15-year-old Khadija Ahmed is working to support her family. Like her mother, she dropped out of school due to lack of fund, effectively ending her dream of becoming a doctor. I started going to school, but unfortunately, I have to drop out in order to support my family. This is happening in a state where basic education is supposed to be free and compulsory. Experts say lack of access caused by poor government spending, shortage of political will, and poverty are partly responsible. But there is even more bigger problem.
Majority of our girls have problem of access, most especially in the rural area and hard to reach. You can see which we are calling always is this issue of closure of all boarding schools by the last administration of Kano State, which may be due to insecurity, as they said, but it has largely affected access.
In the midst of these disturbing challenges, there seems to be pocket of success stories in Kano State.
As far as Kano State is concerned, there is change and increase in enrollment for the girl child. The concern is completion and mainstreaming.
This is one of the basic schools in Kano State. The facilities here are very good by the state standard. A place where children like Khadija who want to start building their dream can actually learn something better. But the reality in many parts of Kano is this. Girls from rural areas storm the city to work on daily basis. For them, it's a way of life. Khadija still hopes to become a doctor one day. But unless authorities remain committed to providing quality education, the future of Nigeria's education sector may likely continue to remain bleak. And Khadija's dream will remain what it is, just a dream, nothing more. From Kano, Idris Jibrin reporting for Global Television News.
The federal and state governments have restated their commitment to HIV sustainability and response. They made the commitment at the National State Engagement Meeting in Abuja. Speaking at the meeting, the Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, Dr. Temitope Ilori, said there is need to decongest and redefine what the HIV program sustainability means. The Lagos State government says no fewer than 18 million residents are expected to be vaccinated for the preventable disease under its non-polio supplemental immunization scheduled to start October 19. The Supervising Permanent Secretary of the Lagos State Primary Healthcare Board, Dr. Abimbola Bowale, disclosed this while speaking to journalists at the media orientation on non-polio supplemental immunization. The media orientation held on Monday was organized by the State Ministry of Information and Strategy as a way to increasing awareness on the forthcoming vaccination. You're watching Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When Midday News returns, Nigerian Conservation Foundation seeks urgent actions to address climate change. More stories after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back from the break. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of Midday News. Thank you for staying with us. In business, the Nigerian Conservation Foundation, NCF, says urgent actions have been taken to protect the environment by combating deforestation, restoring ecosystems, and mitigating the impact of climate change. According to a statement, the foundation stated this during their 35th annual general meeting held recently in Lagos. The Director General of the Foundation, Dr. Joseph Onoja, raised the alarm after building on flood parts made it difficult for the flood to move, thereby causing flooding, which might lead to small island places disappearing, loss and damage to lives and properties. The federal government has rescinded its decision to ground 60 private jets owned by various individuals in Nigeria over unpaid import duty running into several billions of naira. Reports say that the government, through a directive from the Nigerian Customs Service to the Nigerian Airspace Management Authority, was expected to have grounded the defaulting jets. There are claims that duties are not being paid on the majority of private jets currently in the country, with the Nigerian Customs Service seeking to recover unpaid import duties running into several billions of naira. The Abia State government says it has commenced the disbursement of interest-free loans to 302 youths trained on agricultural ventures in the state. The Commissioner for Information and Culture, Oke Kanu, disclosed this during a press briefing on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting at the Government House, Umuahia. It was reported that the government in February sponsored 302 youths to receive training in various agricultural ventures at the national-based firm CSS Global Integrated Farms. The commissioner said that the beneficiaries of the loans were sponsored for the training program as part of the government's measures to boost food production in the state. On the foreign scene, India and Canada have expelled their top diplomats amid escalating tensions over the assassination of a Sheikh separatist on Canadian soil, marking a new low in the historical cordial relationship. While past disagreements have strained ties, none have reached this level of open confrontation. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office says the country will consider the United States option but act against an Iranian missile attack based on its own national interest. U.S. President Joe Biden has cautioned Israel against striking Iran's nuclear or oil facilities to avoid a further regional escalation and concerns over global energy prices. And running into the exciting world of sport, Flamingos head coach Bankole Ologokere has promised to return home with the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup trophy from the 2024 edition of the Cadet Championship, which kicks off on Wednesday in the Dominican Republic. Speaking confidently during the interview on the official X-handle of the Nigerian Football Federation, Bankole thanked Nigerians for their support during the qualifiers, urging them to keep supporting the team's quest to lift the elusive trophy. The Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC fighter Israel Adesanya has opened up on a dark period in his career when he was left financially poor following a loss to Alexa Pereira during his kickboxing days in China. The Nigerian-born Kiwi UFC star and former middleweight champion, known for his flashy style and confidence in the octagon, shared a surprising tale of hardship on the JRE podcast, narrating how he found himself in their streets after the promotion he was fighting for suddenly stopped offering him bouts. It was an embarrassing situation at the Al Barak airport in Al Barak, Libya, from Sunday to Monday, as players and officials of the Nigerian senior men's national team, the Super Eagles, were held hostage by Libyan authorities upon arrival in the country ahead of Tuesday's 2025 AFCON qualifying Group D clash with the Mediterranean Knights. The Nigerian contingent was stranded for over 20 hours without food or water and completely shut out of the world. Nigeria had flown to Libya on Sunday afternoon, but were diverted to the Al Barak Airport, which is over 200 kilometers and 3.5 hours drive away from the planned campsite, instead of Benghazi Airport, their original destination. The R claims that it all started when the Libyan authorities abruptly refused to supply jet fuel to ValueJet, the official carrier for the Super Eagles, culminating in the Nigerian team being stranded. That's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on DSTV, channel 365, and StarTimes, channel 276, and free to air on Nikonsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Anthony Momodu. Thank you for watching.